Hey guys, Jonathan here, and was it too wide for me? This is a question that, taken out of context, could make you think of something else. And I'm actually talking about the Olympus 12mm 12 f2. That is a lens from like some years ago that I've been wanting to try for quite some time. This is obviously not like a technical review, also because there are already some online. And the only thing that really hit me, like from a technical point of view, is the ring to go from autofocus to manual focus, like that, just pulling down the ring. And I think that thing is really cool. As I was saying before, I've been wanting to try this 12mm like for a long time, because my only other like wide angle option for now has been the 14-140 at 14mm, of course, and it's not like that wide, being a 28mm equivalent like in full frame terms. And then I thought that the f2 aperture was like a good thing for shooting at night. Like it's it should have worked in my head, basically. But reality is sometimes unpleasant, and we already know like that things are like this even before experimenting, but still we want to experiment. And I realized two things regarding aperture and the focal length itself. One is that shooting in the dark and micro four terms, like as two different terms, remain two different terms that struggle to fit like together in the same sentence, and I already knew it because I've been shooting like for years, I think like 8 years more or less, with micro four thirds, so I know that like the whole system doesn't shine from that point of view, like from the shooting at night point of view, mainly because of the sensor size. At the same time, I haven't shot with something wider than the 14-140 for a long time, so I wanted to try it, taking into consideration also the fact that it's an f2 lens. So I thought that maybe being wider and being brighter from a certain point of view could have worked. Yes, because I hoped that it would go like a bit better, and it actually went like a bit better, but just like a tiny bit better. In the meantime, we will already be seeing some of the pictures that I took during that 24 hours in which I had this lens on loan, and it was the first time for me like renting a lens. And those are the 24 hours of the cinematic short that I uploaded like last time, the 24 hours at 24mm, I think it was something like that. And I had like quite a difficult time taking these pictures, and now I'm hooking up to the second point that I noticed. The first one was the aperture, and now it's the focal length. The second point basically is that I'm no longer used to shoot with something this wide, and for what concerns videos, like the cinematic that I uploaded, that I just mentioned, I was not feeling that uncomfortable, because I mean, especially when we try to shoot like cinematic stuff, we like those wide panoramic scenes, these like establishing shots that usually are wide. And especially in the last years, like the cinema industry has, I've seen a lot of movies like in the last years in which wide angle lenses, like very wide angle lenses, were used. So I used this 24mm equivalent. I could have used also a 20mm equivalent, an 18mm equivalent, and I could have been able to get these kind of, as I was saying, panoramic shots, wide angle shots, establishing shots as well. I'm repeating myself again. So from a video perspective, I was not feeling this struggle, let's call it like that. But honestly, for photography, I don't know. Like it's a big I don't know in this situation, because I wanted to try it out, because I know that some photographers that I actually follow that are actually pretty big, they shoot with 24mm lenses, like on full frame, for example. So I wanted to try this field of view, because I haven't been shooting with something like this for a long time now. And honestly, I don't know, I was feeling like I had to get like very close to the subjects, and I'm not used anymore to get this close to subjects, also because I use longer focal lengths, usually like for example my 20mm f1.7 that is a 40mm equivalent in full frame terms, or even tighter lenses, even narrower lenses. So yes, I wasn't used to this, and there is actually an allegory. It's like something that happened that can explain my relationship with this 12mm by Olympus. So basically I was taking pictures of the beach, and I went on like, I started walking on this pier on the water, on the ocean, because I live close to the ocean, and the sea, the ocean, the water was already a bit rough, a bit like moving like this, you know, was a bit agitated, you know. There was also like a barrier, like a signal saying that people shouldn't have like walked towards the end of the pier, but I decided to do it anyway because I saw some people down there, like close to the border, like with the ocean, and to the end of the pier. I tried going there, and I got hit like by a wave, like a big wave that I was not expecting to hit me. But still, I knew there was a signal also. There were just like a couple people and me, and I was trying to take pictures with this lens. I wanted to get very close because you have to get very close with this lens, and I got hit by this wave. I got totally wet. I can put in here a picture. And the positive thing is that the camera didn't, that was completely exposed to this wave, the camera didn't die, like luckily. The lens didn't die as well, so also it was good. And yes, but still I was hit by this wave, and I got completely wet and came home like this. So as I was saying, I knew that wide-angle photography was not like entirely for me, just as I knew that approaching the end of the pier I risked getting wet, as it happened. So outside of this allegory, basically there is no moral for this story. Also because I think that experimenting is like the only way to advance, and after all this speech it may sound also counterintuitive, but still. And basically, yes, just to conclude this video, I want to leave you with this question. Was the lens too wide, or was I too narrow? See you in the next one. Ok, fatto.